Time now for Better Money Boston. I'm here with Joel Johnson. He's managing partner at Johnson Brunetti. And of course, the last thing we want to do is go into retirement unprepared. Joel, how can we be more prepared?
Well, first of all, it's important we take a step back. A lot of times there's two types of people that look at retirement, and these are both sort of negative things. One is just completely avoid the issue altogether. I don't want to think about it. I feel like I'm behind the eight ball. The other type of person looks at it and says, well, I've overplanned, or they don't say they've overplanned, but many people overplan, they overthink things. So avoidance and overthinking, we want to be somewhere there in the middle. And it's really important to take a step back, take a breath, and say, what do I need to do to make sure I'm in great shape for retirement? And the first thing is, how much do you want to spend versus how much have you saved? You know, what do you need? What kind of a cash flow do you want in retirement? And the easiest way to do this, pretend you're retired today. How much money do you want to come into the house? That's it. It's that simple.
All right, then there's income sources to consider.
Right, so where are those income sources going to be? And when we build out a retirement financial plan, we typically look at guaranteed income sources first. So things like Social Security, pension, if you're a teacher, you have a teacher's pension, those are guaranteed sources of income. And then in addition to that, what are my savings? So what are those different income sources that I could rely on to take retirement money out of?
Does the length of our life affect any of this?
Absolutely, and so much more than it used to. My grandfather, you know, when he retired, his life expectancy from age 65 was about 6-7 years or so. Now, somebody retires at age 65, we've got a plan for them to be alive for 30 years, which means we've got to give raises to that person every few years to keep up with the cost of living. So that's a huge difference in what it used to be.
Well, and healthcare is a huge consideration.
Healthcare is a big consideration. We've got to have money set aside, if possible, to cover healthcare expenses. Now, if that's not possible, then you can't create a miracle. You can't cover every base. But if you have the ability to set aside some money to cover healthcare costs, that's a good thing to do also.
Goes hand in hand with legacy.
Absolutely. Legacy, do you want to leave money behind? Who do you want to leave it to? That's icing on the cake, but for some people, they'll have extra money left over.
Tell us about the free book you have for us today.
Yeah, so we have a book, and it's the 10 things you need to consider before you have a successful retirement. It's a checklist of 10 things. We want every one of our viewers to get it.
Get it today. Go to bettermoneyboston.com. That's bettermoneyboston.com.